Hello amazing people, my name is Chenemy and once again you're welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be teaching you how to make this free Bubu gown with a cold shoulder and an asymmetric neckline. But before we get started, I'd like you to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers. Turn on your notification button so you get notified each time I post a new video. Now this tutorial is so simple and straightforward, so let's get started. Go ahead and fold your fabric into 4 and then mark your start line right there at 1 inch. My fabric is folded into 4 because I'm cutting both the front and back piece together. So 1 inch is for my start line. Then around the shoulder slope, I'm going to go down by half an inch and then I'll connect it to meet my center front, like so. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and mark 3 inches for my neck depth and also 3 inches for my neck width. So 3 inches for the depth and 3 inches for the width. Then I'll go ahead and connect all the points like so. After connecting the points, I'm going to go ahead and give it a curve around the neckline. The next thing to do is to mark 11 inches for my bust line. So I'm marking my bust line at 11 inches right there, and then I connected it with a straight line. So the next thing to do is to mark my under bust measurement at 14 inches. So I'm marking 14 inches right there for my under bust measurement. The next thing to do is to determine my hip line, and my hip line sits at 25 inches. Once that is done, I'll go back to my start line and then there I'll mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 at 7 inches. And then I added extra 11 inches to it. So 7 plus 11 right there, I have 18 inches for my sleeve length. So around that area, I'm going to go ahead and connect it straight to meet my bust line, which will serve as my sleeve opening, and I'm going to go ahead and measure to make sure it is 18 inches all through. Once that is done, around the bust area, I'll place my bust measurement divided by 4 at 9 inches, and then I'll add extra 5 inches to it. So 9 inches is my bust measurement divided by 4, and then I added extra 5 inches to it. You can do more, you can do less, but I want mine to be free, so it's extra 5 inches. Once that is done, I went ahead and connected it from my sleeve right there to meet my bust line and then to the under bust line. Once that is done, I'll place my hip measurement around the hip area, and then my hip measurement divided by 4 is 10 inches. Then I'll add extra 5 inches to it, which will make it 15 inches. And then I'll go ahead and connect all the lines together like so. I'll connect it down to meet the hem of my dress at 15 inches. Now this dress I'm making is a long version of the style you can see right there. So my gown length is 58 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it all the way down to meet my gown length right there. But if yours is a shorter version of it, just go ahead and mark it down to the length of your dress. Once that is done, the next thing to go ahead and do is to cut out all your marked areas. After that, go ahead and open up your dress like this and indicate your right and then your left. Once that is done, go ahead and indicate the center of your pattern. Then go ahead and indicate where your shoulder measurement stops at your right hand side. Then measure what you have left and then place it on the left hand side. So what I had left was 4 inches. Then I went ahead to mark 4 inches on the left hand side. That's because my cold shoulder will be dropping at my left hand side. So go down by extra 3 inches around your cold shoulder right there after your shoulder line. If you want your cold shoulder to drop or you want your shoulder to reveal the more, you can go ahead and mark extra 5 inches. But I don't want mine to go down, so I went ahead to mark extra 3 inches and then I connected the lines like so. Once that is done, you go ahead and cut it out like so. I repeat, if you want your cold shoulder to drop you want your shoulder to reveal the more, go ahead and mark extra 5 inches after your shoulder measurement indication. And then the neck depth, you can go ahead and mark 4 inches or 4.5 inches, but I don't want mine to drop so much. That's why I am using a neck depth of 3 inches for this dress. Once that is done, go ahead and pick up your black satin fabric or crepe fabric, whichever fabric you want to work with, and then your paper gum. So what I'll be doing on this fabric now is I'll be marking 5 inches like so, and then I'll mark it to the edge of the fabric, and then I'll be cutting it out. So I want to cut it out now. When I get to the point where I stopped, and then I'll fold it backwards, and then I'll continue cutting until I get to the end of this cutting. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be cutting 3 pieces of these 5 inches. That's because I want it to go around my front and then my back, and then it's also at the shoulder. So 3 pieces of this I'm going to be cutting out. I know it's going to be too much for my dress, but once it's better I have more than enough than to have to add to it later. So what I have right now is 3 pieces of these 5 inches I had cut out. Once that is done, go ahead and fold your satin fabric on bias. You want to fold it this way because anything that has to do with a cape around the neck, just make sure you fold it this way. And then once that is done, I'll go ahead and place my neckline on it, and then cut around my neckline like so. So let's go ahead and do the same, cut it out like so. Once I'm done with that, I'll go to the shoulder area, and then I'm going to go ahead and slit it open like so. Once I'm done slitting it open, the next thing to go ahead and do is to take out my pattern, and then I'll go ahead and mark 4 inches across the cape like so. So 4 inches across the cape, I'll go ahead and mark it all the way around. Once I'm done marking, the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to cut it out. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and indicate where my shoulder slope ends at around my left hand side. The next thing to do is to place my paper gum on the table, and then I'll go ahead and cut out all the pieces I had cut out for my black satin fabric. So I'll cut out all the pieces one after another. So I've cut out all of them, and I've gone ahead to iron the paper gum on them. So this is all of them put together. So for the cape, I've gone ahead to fold in 1/2 inch around the cape. So you just go ahead and fold in 1/2 inch and then give it a good press. Once that is done, go ahead and place the cape on top of your fabric, and then around the cold shoulder area, fold it backwards by 1/2 inch and then cut it out. So your cape should be stopping at where your cold shoulder should be stopping, because you're going to be folding it backwards like so, and then you'll be top stitching. So go ahead and cut it out like so. So once that is done, go ahead and flip your fabric over wrong side facing up, and then also flip your cape wrong side facing up. So you'll be attaching this cape from the wrong side, and then you flip it over back to the right side. I hope that is clear. So once that is done, you go ahead and sew round your cape like so. Then you stop at 1/2 inch before the drop shoulder. So I'm done sewing, and this is what I have. So what's next thing to do is to go ahead and give it a notch around the neckline. Once you're done with that, the next thing to go ahead and do is to turn it over like so. And then I repeated the same process for the back piece. So the next thing to do is to fold in that 1/2 inch around the cold shoulder right there, and then fold it inwards, and then go ahead and top stitch across it. And then repeat the same process for the other piece. So after top stitching, this is what I have. And then the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to take my other piece, and then I'll place it right sides facing each other, and then I'll go ahead and join it around the shoulder area. So after joining it, this is what I have around the shoulder area. Your shoulder should be looking just like this. So you can, so the next thing to do is to join your black satin fabric edge to edge like so, and then run a stitch around it. So I'll be joining the 3 pieces together. So after joining it, this is what I have. And then the next thing I'll go ahead and do is to fold it backwards like so, and then I'll run a long stitch from beginning to the end. So once I'm done running the stitch, I'll go ahead and turn it inside out by pushing it inwards like so. So this is a gradual process. You just follow the process and push it inwards, and when you get to the edge, you just pull it out like so. Next thing to do after pulling it out is to go ahead and place it like so flat, and then you iron it like so. So you want to iron it in such a way that this line is backwards. So place it flat like so and iron it flat. So I'm done ironing it, and this is what I have. It's laying flat. So once that is done, go ahead and place your pattern right side facing up. Indicate the middle, which is your center front, and then go backwards by 4 inches, and then place the strap on it, and then go ahead and give it a mark. Just go ahead and mark it straight so you know where to top stitch it. So just go ahead and do that to the edge of your. So I'm done with that, and I've gone ahead to top stitch it, and this is what it looks like. So you have to top stitch on both sides, and then you repeat the same process for the other side. But for the other side, you have to make sure that you indicate the length of your strap around the sleeve. So just go ahead and lay it flat like so, and make sure that your neck is open enough to contain it, and then go ahead and stitch it around it. So the next thing to do is to place my band around my sleeve. My band is 2.5 inches. When I'm done sewing, I'll have 2 inches. So place it like so, and then stitch it. So after attaching the band to my sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and mark where my pocket is going to sit. So I'll place my tape around my shoulder, and then I'll mark my pocket at 17 inches right there. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate 17 inches. That is where I'll be placing my pocket. So I'll be repeating this process for the other side, and then I'll do the same thing. So go ahead and place your pocket around that area like so, starting from the 17 inches, and then you're going to go ahead and stitch half an inch like this. So you're going to repeat this process for the other 3 sides. Once you're done with that, go ahead and fold and place your fabric right sides facing each other, but your wrong side facing up, and then you're going to go ahead and run a stitch from the sleeve right there. I'm going to be marking the area that you'll be sewing. So from the sleeve right there, you connect it to meet your waistline, and then to meet the pocket around that area, around it, and then you're going to go ahead and take it downwards to the hem of your dress. This gown does not have a slit, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it all the way down. So I'll be running a stitch around that area like so. So once I'm done stitching, I'm just going to go ahead and notch these areas, just a slight notch around it like so, a little around that area, and then I'll be repeating the same process for the other side. Once that is done, the next thing to go ahead and do is to hem my dress. So you can go ahead and measure your gown length. If it's enough, fold it inwards by 1 inch. If it's not enough, just go ahead and pipe it just the way I'm doing mine, like so. So with this, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification button so you get notified each time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye. I love you all.